Hey guys, good evening to everyone and thanks for joining guys. So unfortunately yesterday I have a couple of meetings are scheduled. I was not able to take the class. So sorry for that. So we will continue network and cyber attacks. So we already discussed about, okay, so military framework and cyber kill chain process, right? So now already we started malware category of the attacks. What is meant by malware? And a couple of examples of malware category of the attacks. So then we can start about the definitions for malware. And first of all, how we can identify the malware. Okay. So what are the possible options or symptoms otherwise? Possible options are symptoms. So we can identify using malware. Okay. So first of all, we will identify the malware. Next one is symptoms. Symptoms for malware entering into the organization. Symptoms of malware entering into the organization. Okay, so what are the different types of symptoms we can identify? So first thing is automatic restarts. Automatic restarts, end user machine, that may be employee laptop or MacBook or workstation or a desktop, even servers or databases, automatically it will restarts without doing anything. So that is one of the symptom. Hey guys, please mute yourself, guys. Please, it is getting disturbance. So second thing is RAM and bandwidth utilization will be very high. CPU or RAM bandwidth utilization will be very high. That means, so out of 100% of the utilization of the network bandwidth, so related to, okay, CPU as well as RAM, random access memory, and central processing unit. Out of 100%, it will cost more than 70%. Sometimes it will reach to 90% also. In that scenario, we have to suspect that one maybe as a malware. All these are completely manual way. So tool will not give. So these are all symptoms we should suspect maybe malware is infected to the end user system. So next one is performance related issues. Performance. So completely your performance of the system will be very slow. It's a very slow. And so it's a dead slow. You are not able to access the application whenever you are trying to access something. So it will take a lot of time to open the web browsers or applications or files and so on. So that is one of the thing. Next one is cursor movement. Cursor movement. So what is meant by this one? Example, if I'm clicking on this one, it will go to here. If I'm clicking on this one, it will go to somewhere else. So automatically that cursor will move. Okay. So that cursor movement also we have to suspect. Okay. So next one is automatic shutdown. Without your knowledge or without employee knowledge, your system will be get shut down. Not patch updates. Patch updates are different. So without end user knowledge or consent, automatically systems will get shut down. That is also possible reason. Next one is unusual behavior. So unusual behavior, it's not like a normal behavior. It's unusual behavior. So this is one of the symptoms we can consider. So already I said system performance will be, okay, it will be low. Yeah, so these are all some of the issues we have to consider as a malware infection. Malware infection. Okay. So now what are the possible reasons how normally malware will be entered into the organization level? Okay, all these are completely manual way. we have to go and we have to verify. If tools are available like antivirus or EDR or HADS, HAPS, in that scenario, tool will give automatic alert notifications. But in case if you don't have any tools on the end user system side, it's very difficult to identify which file is causing the malware. So most of the cases, malware will be caused by the files. Causing is files. Okay. Malware reasons. Malware reasons is it's a file related behavior. File related behavior. So normally, how normally malware will come? Through files. Through files, it will come. That behavior of the file will be unusual. Okay. So 99, not 19, 100% of the cases, malware reason is it's a file related behavior. It's unusual behavior, something you are downloading. Okay. And how the malware will be entered into the endpoints. Endpoints, whenever I am referring, it's a desktop or MacBook or workstation, server, databases, and so on. How the malware entered into the endpoints? What are the possible reasons or possible options? Not reasons, possible options. Okay. So first option is drive-by downloads. Drive-by downloads. Drive-by download, the entire question, guys. Drive-by downloads is nothing but something you're downloading from the internet. Something you're downloading from the internet. So that files has some of the malwares. Okay. So downloading something from internet. So examples, movies or songs or files and so on, whatever you are downloading from the internet. So drive-by downloads will cause malware infection. That is one of the possible option. How normally malware entered into the organization level. Second one is phishing email attachment. One of the phishing email attacker, he will attach the some of the micro related Excel sheets or PDF or .doc or JPG and so on. Phishing email attachments. That is one of the possible options. How normally malware will come into the organization level. Next one is removable devices. Removable devices. So removable devices meaning here. So example, pen drive. So pen drive also called as USB or memory disk or hard disk. So these are some of the external devices. Hard disk means external devices. Removable devices meaning here something you are connecting to the laptop and you are removing. So that is nothing but your pen drive or your USB or your hard disk. All these are external devices, whatever you are connecting to the respective laptop or MacBook or workstation and so on. So these are all some of the possible reasons how the malware entered into the organization level. Okay, malware will come through files. Here I'll put malware will come through files. Now coming to what are the different types of file category we have. Every file has a different types of category. File category names, example file category names. Okay, one is .pdf, you know already, .doc, .excel, .csv, .jpeg, .dll, .xml, okay, .zip, 7-zip also. So these are some of the file category types. What are the different types of file categories? Normally it will come. These are some of the examples only. There are a lot of other file categories also we have. Otherwise we will call extensions. All these are called extensions. PDF is one of the extension. DOC is one of the extension. Excel, right now what I am sharing and I am entering into the data. So that is Excel, CSV, JPEG, .dll, .xml, .zip, 7-zip. All these are some of the example category of the file names. File names. Okay. So in such a way, whenever employee is trying to download something from the internet, that may be DevOps guy, that may be testing tools guy, that may be HR guy, that may be network admin guy, that may be admin guy, that may be legal guy, or whoever it may be in the organization level. So drive-by download is one of the option. Second one is phishing email attachments. So that maybe was possible one of the reason how normally malware entered into the organization level. Next one is removable devices. So these are all some of the possible options how normally malware enter into the organization level. Okay. So that's all about overall malware. So what is malware? It's a malicious software program code. This one will be developed by the attacker or hacker or intruder. So examples of the malwares, we have virus, swarm, backdoor, rat, okay, logic bomb, botnet, zero day, APT. Okay, so ransomware, all these are couple of some of the examples of the attacks. So how we can identify and what are the symptoms of the malware? It is coming into the organization level or employee laptop or MacBook and so on. So one is automatic restarts without user consent and without user knowledge. Automatically this system will be restarts. Okay, automatic shutdown also one of the behavior. Without your knowledge, it will be shut down. Unusual behavior. It's not like a normal behavior. It's like abnormal behavior. And also performance related issues will come. Speed will be very less. Okay, CPU utilization will be very high. It will reach to more than 70%, 80 or 90 or 100 and so on. And also RAM utilizations also will reach very high. So these are some of the possible symptoms how normally malware will infect to the end user machines. Now, normally how malware will come to the organization level. So it will come through the files, most of the cases. How we can malware enter into the organization level? How normally malware enter into the organization level? It will come through drive-by downloads. It will come through phishing email attachments. It will come through removable devices. So these are some of the examples. In this similar way, malicious URL links, possible reason, malicious URL links. Okay, malicious scripts into the application level, that is also possible reason how normally malware enter into the organization or employee machines and so on. And couple of file category of the names. Normally, whenever if you want to malware analysis, first of all, we have to identify what extension of the file or file category name. So couple of file category names are PDF, Excel, CSV, JPEG, ZIP, XML, and so on. Okay, so that's all about overall malware introduction. Now we will go and we will see. So different types of malware category of the attacks. First attack is virus. So first attack is a virus. So virus is an attack and antivirus. Opposite to virus is antivirus. It's a solution. So virus is an attack and antivirus is a solution, right? So virus, first, what is meant by virus? So you know already virus is a part of malware category. So we can say that it is a malicious software program code, malicious software program code, and it will come through user interaction by accessing the application. Okay, so what is meant by this one? I'll explain. Next line, it is a self-replicating within a system. Within a system. Okay, so that is meant by virus. So virus is a part of malware category. You know, it's a malicious software program code. It will come through user interaction by accessing the application. What is meant by it will come through user interaction? Meaning here, user actions. What are user action it is doing? Normally, what actions he will do? Whom normally it will access? That may be application, that may be database, that may be so, and so on. So it's like application, right? It will come through user interaction by accessing the application. For example, your download is something from the internet, from YouTube, some of the movies. So that is nothing but it's an action. You are downloading some of the movies from the YouTube. So YouTube is obviously application. So that is here meaning of it will come through user interaction by accessing the application. There is no need to buy hat anything. Just you have to understand about the concept. It's a malware category, you know already. So virus is a malware category. It's nothing but malicious software program code. Attacker will develop that particular program code. So how normally this will come? So whenever user is accessing the application or user doing some of the actions, that actions may be driver download. Something is downloading from the internet. That is one of the action. Second action is something is copying through pen drive. That is one of the action. So third one is phishing email clicking attachments. So that is also one of the action. So that is nothing but user interaction. Application meaning here. So whatever application you access, that may be YouTube, that may be pen drive application, that may be phishing email attachment application, and so on. Second part is it is the self-replicating within a system. It is self-replication within a system. What is meant by self-replication? First of all, self-replication. Self-replication is nothing but producing the copies. Producing the copies. That is called self-replication. For example, one more practical day to day. You are watching in a mirror. So that is self-replication only, right? Echo is coming back your image in the mirror. So that is self-replication. So self-replication meaning here, so whatever virus it is downloaded in the end user machine, so it will produce couple of copies. So nothing but here producing the copies of the files. Example, Bahubali dot some CSV file you downloaded. Normally Bahubali is not a CSV, it's a MP4 video file. Bahubali.mp4 video file you downloaded. That Bahubali has one of the malware. Now, in case if you're not using the antivirus solution, your end user system, so that one, it will produce couple of replications or copies into your system. Meaning what? So Bahubali.mp41, Bahubali.csv, Bahubali.xml, Bahubali. And so on. So that replication, it will spread entire within a system only, not to other systems. Not to other system. So that is called virus. Okay. So how virus will come? It will come through driver downloads. It will come to clicking on the malicious URL links. It will come through phishing email attachments. It will come through USB drives. That is nothing but remote devices and so on. So that is about virus definition. Okay, whatever malware category of the attacks we are discussing, every definition is same thing only. It is a malicious software program code. From there you have to continue. Worm, it is a malicious software program code. Ransomware is a malicious software program code. Then you can continue another definition. Okay, because it's a part of malware category.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
What is specific in that code, sir?
Attacker will develop the, so automatically the script has to run and it is installed. So that scripts normal, it's nothing but what our malware is scripts basically. So example, how normally he will develop, he will use Python, he will use a PowerShell, he will use a Java, he will use a and so on, whatever languages.
Okay.
So example, he created one of the scripts into the respective files. That one you downloaded. So what actions it will do? Now that action, what he will define, automatically whatever files it is stored in the entire operating system should be deleted. That means what? So whatever confidential data is there in your laptop, it is deleting. That is the way how normally malware it will come. That is one of the example. So now he will do blockmail. If you are paying the money, then only I will remove the malware. I will give the whatever you want. So otherwise he will delete these files. He will do the blockmail. Then how we can receive that information? It will do the automatic screen lockout. So it will appear on the one of the screen. Okay. So also some of the emails we will receive. So there are different ways. Normally, we'll come to know the end user.
Fine,
So-
sir. One question.
Hmm.
So can't we avoid that? So people are using some Python and some scripting language, right? So instead of that, so we having any option for that to avoid it and to break that chain?
No, it's impossible. Why? Because so we are not sure how the hacker enter into the organization level, what exactly programming languages we have. So whatever tools right now we are using. So 70% attacks are unknown attacks. Consider 100 attacks, it is coming to the daily basis. So out of 100 attacks, 70% attacks are completely unknown only. Only 30% attacks are known. For example, in day to day, I will give one of the example. So coronavirus 2 years back, 2.5 years back, not 2 years, two and a half years back, we don't have any medication. How we can so completely eliminate the coronavirus? So we don't have any medication. So a lot of deaths are happened. So after that, lot of R&D pharmacy companies, they investigated, they found out the respective solution. Similar way, same as it is, even that is human body, here it is computer system. That is the only difference. So we are not sure how that particular virus will enter into the organization level and what are the scripts he will use. Even though whatever, maybe he will create a new script, not only Python PowerShell, it's like unknown programming language combinations also he will use. So yeah, coming back to your answer, it's impossible to identify. So how normally malware is attacker is developing. So whether using the multiple combinations and permutations and trial and error methods, we are not sure.
If it is a new concept, means our antivirus also fails sometimes, right, sir?
That is the case. It is a machine learning concept enter into the every tool.
Like a behavioral suspicious.
Exactly, that's perfect. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we will discuss that one under the antivirus tool. You are right. So machine learning is nothing but behavioral suspicion. Meaning what? So on the day-to-day life example I will give. So for suppose you are going to get fever, some symptoms are coming, or maybe you are getting to cold or cough. So what you feel, maybe this is one type of virus and you will take the precautions. So you will use cold active or you will use some of the paracetamol or you will use kashayam and so on. So you are taking a proactive way. In this similar way, whenever any unknown related behavioral pattern of the attacks are coming, our antivirus or EDR tools will generate the alert notification. Then we have to go on, we have to do the investigation. It's like a proactive way. So that's why machine learning concept they introduced in the event security field also, not only machine learning, artificial intelligence, data analytics and data science as well, that we can see in the future.
Clear, sir. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. So now coming back to this one, some of the examples of the virus. So heartbleed is one of the virus. It is there around 2018, that particular time period. And next one is Anna Kournikova. So in 2000 time period, she's one of the Russian tennis player prior to Maria Sharapova. So that time she's very popular as compared to tennis. She's a model. So one of the virus name, one of the virus has come into the market. That time they give a name as a Anna Kournikova. Even we have one of the name is called I love you. Sorry to say this one. So I love you is one of the virus name. And also we have other names like Poodle, and also we have Stuxnet, Shamoon. All these are virus names. So very popular virus name is, so it is I think Shamoon. So Shamoon is very popular, one of the biggest history of the attack, Shamoon. Okay, these are some of the virus names. Normally, whenever any tufan or any earthquakes, any natural calamities are coming, tsunami and so on, they will give some of the names. They will introduce some of the names, right? Same as it is here also. Whenever any of the attacks are coming, so they will give some of the names. So these are some of the example names of the virus. So out of these one, Shamoon is one of the biggest in the history point of view, dangerous attack. It has happened into Saudi Aramco. So this is happened in the Saudi Aramco. and also Qatar. So Saudi Arabia, Saudi Aramco and Qatar Oil Company. Oil and Aramco is nothing but it's an oil and gas company basically. So Shamoon, it's a virus name. So this virus, it is infected almost 30,000 machines at a time via phishing email using NTLM authentication mechanism. So around 30,000 machines, it is got compromised in the Saudi Arabia oil company. So you know already, right? So if they want oil digging, they will use couple of customized application. So example, they will, okay, so dig the crude oil. So they will use couple of applications. Example, if you want to transfer the money, you will use a PhonePe or Google Pay or Paytm or net banking or UPI and so on, other options. In the similar way, whenever this oil and gas sector of the companies, sorry guys, oil and gas sector of the companies, if they want to, okay, dig the oil, crude oil, so that time they will use some of the application in the oil and gas sector. So normally oil will be measured with the part of barrel. One barrel equal to, I think, approximate 1.8 or 1.6 liters. So that is the way how normally we can measure the oil. So in 2008 or 2012 time period, this attack has occurred to Saudi Aramco and Qatar oil and gas sector. So almost completely they shut down, okay, 2 weeks oil and gas, entire company, entire Saudi Aramco company and Qatar oil and gas company, they shut down 2 weeks. So consider 2 weeks business shutdown means how much business lost to Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Okay, so per day itself, there are a lot of barrels of the oil they will dig and they will export to the other countries, other continents. So one day itself, they will get a lot of business loss. So they shut down the 2 weeks time period means how much business loss to the Saudi Arabia and Qatar oil and gas sector. So it's one of the devastating, okay, one of the world largest history of the cyber attack. Okay, so that is example of the Shamoon. In the interview, couple of times tell us what is Shamoon and where it is happened, or give me some of the examples of the, okay, so virus attacks. So example is Shamoon.
Can you please come back by its mechanism? You told some words, sir.
Yeah, phishing email attachment. This attack has come the phishing email attachment. So a couple of end users. It is 2008. That time cybersecurity has not that much knowledge. So they are using Windows operating systems, Windows XP, I think that time. So all the end users, they clicked on that particular phishing email attachment. So finally their systems got compromised. Using lateral movement.
You used some terminology, boss, mechanism, something HT in
NTLM that we can discuss later. Windows NTLM mechanism, authentication mechanism. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So that is a part of Active Directory under the brute force attack. There we can discuss. Clear?
Clear,
Yeah.
clear, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So that is about virus. Coming back now you know the what is virus, how virus entered into the organization level. Now coming back to the mitigation steps, how we can mitigate this virus.
Antivirus.
So obviously what we have to do, we have to use antivirus or EDR. So virus is a attack and antivirus is a solution. EDR is nothing but endpoint detection response. It's a next generation antivirus. It has inbuilt features of machine learning, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. Someone is saying, right? So behavioral suspicious activity. So behavioral suspicious activity will happen through EDR. So traditional antivirus will not sufficient. So that's why they brought this particular unknown category of the any virus which will come. These tools will generate automatically these particular alerts. So that is one of the, okay, mitigation. Next one is malware analysis tools. malware analysis tools, even antivirus also malware analysis tools only. Okay, we have couple of malware dedicated analysis tools we have that we can see in the future, like a FireEye or SourceFire and so on. So example, if you want to see FireEye, it's a dedicated one of the analysis tool. SourceFire is from Cisco. So these are some of the dedicated malware analysis tools we have. Something got compromised by virus, then we can go and we can analysis in these tools. So next one is, so next generation firewalls, NGFW. So example, whenever any email is coming, in that scenario, firewall also has a capability of doing malware analysis. So NGFW, or this is also called as UTM, Unified Threat Management, that we can see later once again. So these are some of the tools we have to use to identify the malware infection automatically. So it's very difficult to identify the manual malware without using the tools. It's very difficult to identify. Example, something got compromised, unless otherwise, if end user is giving the complaint, you are not sure about. So really malware it's got infected or not. Then we have to do a lot of manual. So even it is applicable to testing tools also. They will use a load runner test. They will use a manual testing tools, Selenium testing tools, or JavaScript testing tools, and so on. There also they will do manual as well as automated way. Here also we'll use manual as well as automated way. Automated way is nothing but antivirus or EDR tools. Manual meaning here someone is suspecting something is infected by malware. For suppose one of the HR system is got compromised and our system is completely shutting down automatically, or it is restarts are happening and her system performance is dead slow. She is not able to perform anything in her laptop or his laptop. In that scenario, obviously what she will do, she will inform to help desk team or service desk team or corporate IT team. So my laptop has some more issues, I am not able to work on. So now service desk team will go and will validate. So what is the exact RAM she is using and what is the utilization and so on. But they will not verify in the security point of view. Now help desk team will confirm that, okay, so from my side, there are no issues. You can go and you can contact security team. Maybe something is got compromised. Then they will send it to us. Then she or he, HR, will bring that laptop to us like a security team. Then we have to go and we have to analyze manual way. How that particular, okay, so malware may be entered into the organization, but it's not 100% guarantee that is really security is causing this issue or malware is causing this. We are suspecting, we're assuming, it's like assumptions only. So then we have to go and we have to do a couple of analysis that we can discuss in future in the antivirus tool. So that is about mitigations. Now we discussed about what is virus and how virus is entered into the organization level. How normally, okay, so malware is entering into the organization level, and finally what are the mitigation steps we will consider. So second one is worm. So worm also malicious software program code, you know, because it's a part of malware category. It's a malicious software program code. So using networking protocols, if one system will infected through networking protocols, it will get other systems also will get infection. But if virus will get compromised one system, it will not affect other systems. But if worm is getting infection through networking protocol, it will infect other systems also. It is a malicious software program code. Okay. If one system will get compromised, through networking protocols, other systems also will get compromised. Meaning here, so if one system will get infection of the worm, that infection will go to other systems also. It's a very dangerous one. As compared to virus, worm is very dangerous one. So example, coronavirus also, actually corona is not a virus, it's a worm. According to, if you are comparing, if one person is getting the coronavirus, obviously another person also getting through, so infection, whatever it may be, through air or through water or whatever, through physical touch and so on. So that is nothing but it's like a corona worm. It is not like coronavirus, practically speaking. So if one system of the, okay, one system is getting compromised in the organization level through networking protocols or through lateral movement like a TCP and UDP, that infection will go through LAN or some other way to other systems also. Finally, other systems also will get compromised. As compared to virus, worm is very dangerous one. So virus is within a system, but worm is completely in the another system. So not only one system, so it will cause infection to one system, that infection will go to other systems as well. So that is meant by worm. So here how we can say that particular portion or particular option, self-replication within a network. So virus is a self-replication within a system or within a laptop. On the other hand, worm is a self-replication within a network. Meaning here, not only one system, multiple systems will get compromised. Okay, so how we can define this one? Self-replication within a network, meaning what? So it will get compromised one system through networking protocol, that infection or replication will go to other systems as well. So that is called worm. Okay, so self-replication meaning here, so it will cause another systems also compromised. So example, one of the dangerous attack, it is happened I think 2010, I did not remember exact year. Stuxnet, it is happened, it's one of the worm. So this one, it's happened to Iran nuclear power factor. So if you want to develop any power plant related to nuclear, it's a very difficult, rarest materials on the earth, like a thorium, strontium, uranium, all these things we studied in 10th standard, right? All those rarest materials are very important to develop nuclear power plant. So what happened? If you want to develop any missiles, any rockets, any hydrogen bomb or atom bombs or any nuclear power plants, first thing is we have to take a permission from NATO. So it's NATO is nothing but North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So it is a permission body. So example members, UK, USA, Russia, Germany, France. So these are all the 5 countries. They are the members of this particular NATO. If you want to develop, even in India also, if you want to develop anything, we have to take a permission from the NATO. Then only we have to develop the respective, so missiles or rockets or whatever it may be. So, but what Iran has done, it's a competitor or it may be a completely opposite to, so opposite to USA. So in that scenario, what USA has done, so they created one of the worm, wantedly, they thrown on to Iran nuclear power plant. They injected into Iran nuclear power plant. Entire nuclear power plant destroyed. So one nuclear power plant itself, it will take too much cost is involved, too much millions of the cost is involved. Finally, that entire operations of the nuclear power plant is, okay, so done damage. So late, actually, they did not suspect, actually USA has done this activity, but later we came to know that, okay, so USA has done this particular activity by combined with some other country. Okay, so because they want to become always a global leader they want to rule the entire world. Obviously, USA is their main name is that one only. Anyway, that is different topic. So coming back to this one, so here they destroyed entire nuclear power plant related operations. So it is happened through Stuxnet, through worm. It's one of the example to worm. Okay. So now how to mitigate this type of worms? So we have to take care of antivirus or EDR. Next one is malware analysis tools. Next one is next generation firewalls. All these are some of the examples too. Okay, so mitigations of the respective worm. Always, I mean, all malware category of the attacks, okay, defensive control or mitigation controls or preventive mechanisms or preventive controls are antivirus and EDR, malware analysis tools, next generation firewalls. Okay, so that is the mitigation steps we have to implement related to worm infections cleaning. Okay, in the interview point of view, how normally they will ask, one of the server got compromised by virus. As a security analyst, what exactly will do the incident response or incident investigation? One of this end user system is got compromised. What exactly would the incident investigation? One of the database server is got compromised. As a security analyst, what exactly will do the incident investigation? In such a way, they will ask some scenario based questions that we can see later. First, you can see about definitions, all these 40 definitions along with the mitigation steps. And coming back, what are the sources of to the worm? Obviously, phishing email attachments, driver downloads through pen drives, okay, through scripts into the application level, or maybe even execution of the scripts and so on. So that is about worm. Next attack, ransomware attack. Okay, before going to ransomware, I will explain about some other Trojan. So Trojan is basically general meaning of the Trojan is nothing horse, HORAC horse. So that is the general meaning of the Trojan. So why they given the name of the attack is a Trojan? How this horse will run as much as fast? In the similar way, infection also will be hit into the system very quickly. So that's why they give a name as a Trojan. Okay, how this Trojan will come normally? So Trojans, it's a malicious software program code. It will do something beneficial to the end user, but not actually it will not. So how we can define this Trojan? It is a malware category. So it will do something beneficiary to end user, but actually it will not do. So what is meant by exactly this meaning? Okay, it's a malware category, you know, Trojan. It will do something beneficiary to the end user, but actually it will not do. Example, as I said, I want to download one of the software file. So example, Nmap. So Nmap is one of the port scanning tool. This is pending topic from our side. So I want to download this one. Okay, if I want to download this one, so obviously I have to go to original websites. You can see now whenever I given query in the Google, nothing but search I given. So Nmap download. So for this Nmap download, I will use for port scanning mechanism. I will use for port scanning. Something it is doing something beneficial to for me. But if the Trojan websites you are going and downloading, it will do some infection. That is the meaning. So maybe you want to download one of the song, or you want to download one of the movie, or you want to download one of the file, or you want to download something in the internet. In that scenario, okay, so you are going and you are downloading from the Trojan websites. What is my Trojan websites? It's a malicious websites. Always these attackers, their aim is to how to enter into the organization. So now you can go and you can see here couple of search queries or search solution it is happen. Example, nmap.org is download. It's one of the website. and nmap.org is one other website. Nmap.org is another website. Okay, so next one is nmap is another website. Now you can see download digitaltrends.com. Okay, file hippo.com. How can I trust these websites? How can I trust these websites? I'm not sure whether it is genuine websites or fake websites. Maybe defaced websites, attacker is created. Whenever something you are trying to enter, it will come automatically, that search query. If I'll go and if I'll click on this one, maybe something malicious things will happen. It will download into my browser and that script is executed into my laptop. But what is my purpose is something I want my job role and responsibilities. I want to watch one of the movie. I want to listen some of the audio songs. Or maybe I want to develop some of the Java programming code from GitHub or Jenkins. So not only this one, anything you can see BitTorrent if I want to download. BitTorrent is one of the website. Okay, so normally if you want to download, we'll use BitTorrent. Now you can see BitTorrent, there are a lot of website has come. Okay, so now file hippo has also come. So there are a lot of other things also has come. So you can see Softonic. It's a very dangerous website. Softonic, most of the cases, whenever you are giving a query, first thing is it will come Softonic. Softonic is one of the very Trojan websites, malicious websites. Please don't go to these type of websites and please don't download. If I'm clicking on this one, it will ask sign up your email. Sign up your email. What is your first name? What is your last name? What is your country where you are residing? Okay, what is your mobile number and so on. For downloading of this one, why I have to enter my first name, my last name, my personal information, my mobile number, my email address, and so on. Maybe this is the attacker website. So maybe attacker. So maybe example, if I'm clicking on this one, and if I'm going and if I'm checking on the Softonic download. So that file, whatever it is, will cause a Trojan website. This may be Trojan. Trojan will be there and it will install malware in my machine. So that's why now onwards, whenever if you want to download, please go to the genuine or real websites. That is never legitimate. Genuine or real, will call it in computer terminology, legitimate. So example, if you want to download BitTorrent, then you can go and you can download from BitTorrent. If you want to download, okay, so some of the code, then you can go for GitHub. If you want genuine websites, you have to go and you have to download. So we can see how we can identify genuine websites, fake websites. You can see that name of the website or domain name will be there. Name of the website, according to that one, we can identify. Not only this one, VLC media player. So then you can go and you can download from, okay, so respect to VLC media player, not from other websites. So this is the way. So something it is doing beneficially for me. After downloading this one, I can watch movies. I can BitTorrent, I can download some of the files or movies from the BitTorrent. Or port scanning tool, Nmap, I can go and I can download, I can run the port scannings. So these are all the way, these are some of the examples I given. Okay, so whenever if you want to download something, don't go for the defaced websites or fake websites or illegitimate websites. Always you can go for genuine websites. Okay, so here, what is the definition I given? It will do something beneficiary to end user. So nothing but whatever I am downloading, it will do something beneficiary for my personal work, but it is not doing actually. So that is called Trojan. Okay, so mitigations, how to mitigate this type of Trojans? So we have to use antivirus or EDR because it's downloading something from internet, and malware analysis tools. Next one is next generation firewall. And so on. So that is about Trojan. It's entire question, guys. Not only this one, water party attacks, we are discussing everything entire question only. So next attack is backdoor. Backdoor. What is the meaning of backdoor of the job? So meaning here, you are not able to face the interview and you are not able to go and attend the interview, then you can go, you'll pay some money as a backdoor, and finally you will enter into the organization. But it's like a bribe, giving something bribe to the other person. So that is called backdoor, right? Here also, backdoor is nothing but bypassing the authentication. Bypassing the authentication or another way of authentication. Who will bypass the authentication? Obviously, attacker will do the bypassing the authentication. Okay, so this is called backdoor, basically bypassing the primary authentication or bypassing the authentication. Authentication meaning here, entering your username and passwords. Example, your Gmail and password. I'm bypassing meaning here. So I'm compromising your account and I entering into your email account or maybe your Twitter account or your Instagram account or maybe your Gmail account and so on. So that's called backdoor. So other people, the accounts we are compromising as a backdoor, and finally we are getting the unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. Once they are trying to do, example, if I know your Gmail, I will, if I know about your first name and your last name, your mobile number, your pet name, I can try different combinations and permutations, like a trial and error method. Then finally, I will bypass your authentication. That is nothing but one type of backdoor only. Okay. So how we can define this one? Bypassing the authentication or another way of authentication. What is another way? Another way, example, in your home, you have two doors, front door and back door. So for suppose your front door locker, you lost it, or locker key, you lost it. Maybe you have some other option how to go from back door. Only you know that one because it's a confidentiality from your side. See how alternative options, how to go to the back door and how we can open the door and how we can enter into the home and so on. This is for example only, for suppose. So that is called another way of authentication and another way of entering into the home. Same thing here, another way of entering into organization and gaining the unauthorized access. Unauthorized access. What is meant by unauthorized access? You are not authorized person to access my Gmail. You are not authorized person to access my Facebook, but you got already access and you are seeing about my information. Okay, so about mobile number, you can go and you can see personal about information. You can see everything. So that is another backdoor. Backdoor alone itself is not sufficient. So it's a combination with the ransomware. It is a combination with the virus. It's a combination with, okay, so Trojan and so on. This is the way how it will work. As per cyber kill chain process, so attacker will choose the selection of the target as a recon and weaponization he will use and transport and delivery. And finally, he will bypass the authentication and then he will gain the remote control access. That is another command and control or C2C. It's one type of backdoor only. Yeah. So how to mitigate this one now? So we have to use antivirus or EDR tools, or we have to implement multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication meaning here more than one way of authentication. Example, so when you're opening your Gmail from new machine or new laptop or new mobile, it will ask security authentication, whether you are accessing or someone else is accessing. Sometimes it will ask like a OTP. It will come to your mobile number like a OTP. It is additional security. After entering your password, one more authentication will come as a OTP. One more authentication will come as a security questions. One more authentication will come as a CAPTCHA and so on. Multi-factor, more than one factor of authentication or authenticating of the respective application. So that is one of the example. Malware analysis tools. Malware analysis tools, next generation firewalls. So these are some of the mitigation steps we have to consider to take care of the backdoor. Okay, next attack is one of the very popular attack is ransomware attack. Ransomware attack. It came into the market only in 2017. So in 2017, what happened? So one of the 17 years old boy, he created one of the malware. So he created one of the malicious software program code. First, that code through phishing email, he entered into the UK National Health Company, like insurance company, similar to like our LIC or ULIP or Tulip insurance related companies are there, right? In the same way, so he entered into that malware, he injected into the one of the national healthcare company in UK. So he compromised couple of systems. So from there, he entered into USA. Then from there, he entered into Russia, Ukraine, South Korea. Finally, it is reached to India as well. Even Indian government couple of Ministry of websites, like Ministry of External Affairs, police departments, healthcare departments. So these are the some of the systems are got compromised related to different business verticals. Even it is hitted into the Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and so on. So all these different types of sectors, it is got compromised. So only in 2017, so because of this ransomware attack, almost 13 billion USD dollars approximate business loss to the entire universe or entire worldwide or entire globe. Okay. So it is huge amount, basically 13 billion dollars amount is nothing but. Okay. So that huge amount, even you can consider maybe Tech Mahindra, it's a $5.5 billion company, TCS $25 billion company, Wipro $12 billion company, Infosys $15 billion company. So $30 billion, meaning here it's a very huge, it's a very big amount of the money of the so damage it is happened all over the worldwide. Now onwards, so now also it is one of the dangerous attack is ransomware attack as compared to other attacks in malware category. Okay, day by day these attacks are coming. So initially series of the attacks are happened. Series of the attacks are happened. So before going to what are the series of the attack names, in this scenario, what attacker will do? So it is a malware category of the attack. Obviously, because we are discussing about malware category. Attacker will inject malware into the end user system, like a reconnaissance selection of the target. Finally, he will encrypt one file or group of files or entire operating system. What is the keyword here? Encrypt. Encrypt is nothing but providing the password or key. Providing the password or key, we will call it as encryption. The plain text of the data is converted to encrypted data using some of the algorithm and also some of the key or password. That is called encryption. We discussed already under the abbreviations and also under the presentation layer. Right now, who will encrypt this particular files? This one will be encrypted by attacker. Now that key or password is there with the attacker. Now what attacker will do? He will ask money. So he will give some specific period of the time. Today, example, your laptop is got compromised by ransomware attack. So he will say like within the 4 days of the time, you can pay the amount. If you don't pay the amount, after 4 days, 5th day, your files, whatever it is got encrypted, it will be deleted automatically. That way he will do blockmail. For example, you can see my screen, how this one will be happen. So ransomware, I'm giving one of the example. So, and I will go to images here. So I'm clicking on one of the example image. So this is ransomware related screenshot. This is the ransomware related screenshot. So now in this one, whatever, it's screenshot it is showing. Okay, What is exactly, as I will repeat once again the definition. Ransomware is a malicious software program code. Attacker or hacker or intruder will inject into the end user system and he will encrypt single file or group of files or entire operating system like a disk, C drive or D drive or entire OS or firmware. Finally, will blackmail. You can pay amount, then only I will give the password to you. Otherwise, I will not give the password because that encrypted password or key is there with the attacker. Through remote control process, he already encrypted the files and that attacker, that encrypted key is there with the attacker. Now you can see this screen. Oops, your files have been encrypted. So your files have been encrypted. Now what he's saying, payment until will be raised on. So 2 days. So that means you have to do payment within the 2 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes, 37 seconds. So 2 days or approximate 3 days time he has given for paymenting of the whatever money he's asking, like a bitcoins or some other amount of the options, because bitcoins is a digital currency. It's not like a liquid cash, you know already, cryptocurrency. Second thing you can see, your files will be lost on, okay, 7 days, 6 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes, 37 seconds, approximate 7 days. This is the, so now he's doing the blackmail. You have to do, so some amount, X amount, like a $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 and so on. If you don't do the payment within the 3 days of the time, after 7th day, I will delete your files, whatever it is got encrypted. Okay, now he will make sure that additional things also, example, you can see. So check payment, and here he given Bitcoin, digital currency thing also. Okay. So they given some amount, so we have to read everything and so on. Here wire transfer. In India, we will use, okay, so bank account along with IFSC code and so on. But in USA and other continents, they will not use, they will use bank accounts also. I'm not saying that they will not use, but wire transfer is one of the option is available. We are not sure who's, okay, so respective wire transfer amount or link they provided to us. We cannot track that particular option. Even if you are tracking also, how can you give the complaint? You are in India, your system is got compromised, and that attacker is trying to do the attacks from North Korea or South Korea, or Russia or Ukraine, or maybe Germany, or maybe USA. How can you contact and you can go and you can give the complaint to the police department in the cyber criminal or whatever cyber laws they are following? First, you have to track that particular person. You should make sure that that is the correct person or not, even though you know the account number and so on. Okay. So finally, we will not do anything. Obviously, if those files, whatever it is got encrypted, example, some of the finance related, some of the critical confidential data is available, some of the projects, whatever we are going to get. In that scenario, obviously, whatever he is doing the blackmail, we have to pay that much amount of the money to the attacker. That is called digital currency. You can see Bitcoins. You can see a Bitcoins option. So you will ask in the Bitcoins option, or maybe through wire transfer and so on. Okay. So that is the way how this attacker will do ransomware attack. So to eliminate this type of things, that's why we have to make sure that regular backups we have to take. Regular backups meaning here, whatever contacts you are storing, example, in your mobile, that contacts also you have to store in the, like a drive. Example, Apple, they have their own cloud environment. So if it is Redmi, they have their own account, or Realme or OnePlus. So they have their own cloud environment. So regularly we will go and we'll take the backups, right? It's automatically store your backup accounts in the respective cloud environment. In the similar way, in the organization level also, we have to take regular backup or storage, like a NAS or SAN or drives like a OneDrive or Google Drive and so on. Otherwise, our victims, we have to pay amount whatever attacker is asking if you don't have the backup configurations. It's one of the preventive mechanism. Taking the regular backups is one of the preventive mechanism. So even though he will delete that files, after I'm not doing the payment, I have already backup is there. I will go and I will take the backup and I will copy to my systems after doing the forensic investigation. So that is the way it will work. So the series of the attacks happened from 2017 to till today. Couple of attack names are, so as I said, whenever any new tufan or tsunami or any tornadoes or any earthquakes, it will come. So that time they'll give some of the names, right? In this similar way, even so attacks also they will give some of the names. So that names are WannaCry, Petya, okay, Kasaya ransomware attack, okay, Chacha ransomware attack. So these are some of the example attack names. Okay, so first we can go and we can define what is ransomware attack and what are the example couple of the ransomware attack names and how we can mitigate. Okay, so what is the definition now? It is a malware category attacker will inject malware into targeted machine and he will encrypt single file or group of files or entire operating system, and finally he will ask payment as a ransom. So example, bitcoins. So what is the keyword here? Encrypt. It's very important. This is encrypt is a keyword here. So virus keyword is self-replication within a system. Worm keyword is self-replication within a network. Backdoor is bypassing, and ransomware attack is encryption. So these are the keywords. There is no need to by heart anything. Please understand the concepts. And you can explain in your own words also, that's fine. So that is called ransomware attack. What is the ransomware attack? Attacker will compromise the end user system and he will encrypt couple of files, a single file or entire disk or C drive or D drive or E drive or entire disk or operating system. Finally, he will do blackmail as a payment of money. That is called ransomware attack. Okay, so initially, as I said, it is happened in 2017 around May month. So series of the attacks are happened in the same year. So 2017, June, July, and so on till today. It's one of the dangerous, very famous attack. So at least monthly, maybe 4 or 5 ransomware attacks are coming. They are following different tactics, attackers, as per the MITRE framework. Okay, so couple of series of the names of the ransomware attacks are WannaCry, want to cry, wanna means want to. Okay, so want to cry. So in this similar way, Petya. So what is trying to say? WannaCry means, so I will make sure that you will cry. That means I will encrypt your files, and if you don't do the payment, I will delete those files. Finally, you will cry. That is the meaning of WannaCry. So wanna means want to, gonna means going to. That is the USA, some of the names. They will use some of the abbreviations. So Petya, it's one of the name. Okay. Next one is Kasaya ransomware attack. It's one of the name. Okay, Chacha. So Chacha, it's one of the ransomware attack 2019. This at 2019, no, 2020. Cognizant, CTS. It's one of the American-based consulting company. It's a software IT company, similar like a TCS. So this company, almost all the employees, whoever is working on Cognizant, more than 3.5 lakhs employees, they got compromised by this Chacha ransomware attack. So in 2020 also, because of that particular hacking is happened, there are a lot of projects they lost it. Who lost it? Cognizant, CTS. So same day, or sorry, it's not same day, same year, 18,000 people are employed, 80,000 employees are terminated from Cognizant. So there are two possible reasons why they terminated, because this one of the reputation damage. They did not get the lot of projects. Whoever is there in the senior positions, like a project managers or directors or associate directors, higher level people, 9 months salary they given, and they terminated almost all the employees. This there in the news also. It's not like a confidential information to the dedicated to Cognizant. In the same year, 2018, 19 or 20, HCL database is got compromised. TCS is compromised. Wipro is got compromised. Even they are not able to take care of their infrastructure, their services, or their network, or their databases, their applications. Okay, confidential way, without any compromise, how they will provide services to other customers? How customers will trust these companies? Trustworthy will be loose. To making the business, obviously, is one of the very important factor. Obviously, they will go some other customers, they will go some other consulting companies, and they will go to the business. And they will provide some business. They will give some projects to them. So this is there in 2020, almost our giant companies like MNC companies. So 4 or 5 companies are got compromised within the time frame of 3 months. Okay. So that is about ransomware attack. Okay, it's one of the dangerous attack. Okay, so it will encrypt files and attacker will ask about money. So we discussed about couple of ports and protocols. Ports and protocols. So what is the Windows dedicated operating system causing of the ransomware attack? What is the port number and protocol? Anyone?
SMB, sir, 445.
Excellent. That is the perfect answer. SMB port number 445, it's entry question. So through server message block, if this port is open to the end user dedicated to Windows operating system, end user system will get compromised. That's why always closed ports are better. Okay, clear? So now in the tomorrow class, we will see about what is the difference between WannaCry and Petya. And also here couple of hacking group names they have done. Whenever someone is doing some of the hacking, they will call it as some of the hacking group name. So WannaCry hacking group name is Eternal Blue, Eternal Romance. And Petya group name is Eternal Blue. Only Eternal Blue. Next one is Kaseya ransomware attack. It is there in the news 2021, approximate, I think, around September or August time period. Whoever is Kaseya is one of the agent basically for Windows objects, similar to like IBM Big Fix. Kaseya is an agent. It will monitor everything and it will provide the updates related to Windows patch or any other related patch updates. It's an agent basically. So whoever using the Kaseya agent, they have the zero-day attack, and finally a lot of companies are got compromised. It is one of the very famous attack in 2021. Okay, so hacking group name is, I think it's Kaseya ransomware. I think it's a Regila. Regila hacking group name is Regila. Okay, so I will convert this one. I have some doubt. Regila maybe Chacha, I think. Kaseya ransomware attack name is I think I forgot that name. I will let you know by tomorrow this one. Okay. Yeah. So these are some of the hacking group names. Interview question: what is Eternal Blue and Eternal Romance? Interview question. So Eternal Blue is
Excuse,
a
sir.
hacking group. Yeah.
Rebel group.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Regil group. That's right. Regil. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here Maze ransomware attack. Cognizant is Maze ransomware attack. Group name is Chacha. No, it's correct. Yeah. So yeah, WannaCry is Eternal Blue and Eternal Romance. Petya is Eternal Blue. Kaseya ransomware is Regila group or Regil group. And Maze ransomware attack is Chacha. Not Chacha Nehru, Chacha group name is Chacha. So one of the interview question is this one. What is Eternal Blue or Eternal Romance? What the answer? It is one of the hacking group. They hacked ransomware attacks in 2017 through server message block. That is called Eternal Blue or Eternal Romance. That is the answer you have to give. It's an activist, not activist, hacktivist group or attacker group or hacking group. Okay. Okay. So in the tomorrow class, so we will see what are the recent ransomware attacks are there in the news. Okay. That's why I said at least daily 10 or 15 minutes, please go and watch couple of websites like Naked Security, Dark Reading, CSO Online, okay, US Set, India Set, next one is ISACA, IS Square, European Council, all these. Then you will come to know what's happening all over the worldwide. Okay, so because some of the interviews they will ask how to update yourself on the personal note, or the personal point of view, what all interest you have on the technical point of view, personal point of view. So you have to say, so daily I will go and I will see what's happening related to cyber security field, what attacks are coming on. My interests are, I'm passionate about at least spending some time on going and reading on some of the blogs or websites. Okay. Not only your personal interest or personal hobbies means, no need to say only traveling, trekking, cooking, watching movies, reading books, listening music. You can say this one also. Okay. So yeah, that's all for today class, guys. In the today class, what we discussed about malware, how it is enter into the organization level, and what are the symptoms we have, and what are the file category names we have. And also we discussed about couple of attack names are like virus, worm, Trojan, backdoor, and ransomware. Ransomware is not completed yet. So tomorrow we'll continue once again. Okay, so I want to explain about differences between WannaCry and Petya because it's one of the interview question. In the interview point of view, logical way, how they will ask, one of the server got compromised by a ransomware attack. As a security person or security analyst or a security engineer, how can you do incident response or incident investigation? One of the end user system is got compromised. That is nothing but laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop, or one of the databases got compromised. In that scenario, what exactly you can take care of the incident investigation? Or recently, which incident investigation you have done? Could you please explain? So these are all ways they will ask in the interview point of view. So today, what are we discussed? All the attacks mitigation steps are antivirus or EDR. Second one is malware analysis tools. Third one is next generation firewalls. fourth one is multi-factor authentication according to the respective incident or respective attack. So that's all for today, guys. We'll continue tomorrow evening. Okay, so do you have any queries?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, how we can know exactly in malware means it's what is the how the virus we have to detect and how the worm we have to detect and ransomware. It means part by part how we can detect in malware, sir.
That I will explain in the later antivirus tools. EDR, we
Okay.
have separate topic is there.
Okay, means in that tools it will define which is virus, which is worm, which is ransom. We can identify easily, sir.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. Any other? Yeah, see, this category of the attacks, we have separate topic is there, endpoint protection or endpoint security. Under that one, antivirus, EDR, next one DLP, encryption at rest, nothing but data at rest. And also we have file integrity monitoring. There I will explain about each and every detection methods, what are the policies we have to enable, what are the tactics attacker he will use to enter into the organization level or endpoint level. So there we can discuss in brief analysis point of view. Is there any other questions?
Yes, sir, from my side.
Yes,
Sir,
please.
all these malicious and malware kind of attacks. So all of them are from backend process, right?
Yes,
Maximum.
it is a back end maximum. It's a back end process. We can't see. Yes, right.
We can just feel that.
No, we can see the logs will come. That's why we are using the logs. So
Right.
if we have the logs back, because log is nothing but, as I said several times, it's action. Even malware compromised also action. So it's like activity. So then if we're taking the logs, we can go and we can analyze what's exactly happened, what is the root cause analysis, and what exactly process executed, how it is installed, and how that particular connections, it went from our employee to the respective command and control server. All those analysis we can do using logs. That's why these logs are very important.
So maximum, those are from backend process only.
Yes. So front end, that execution, everything will not see, but yes, in the logs we can analyze and we can see. Yes.
Fine, sir. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a very good question. Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so very much. And good night and sweet dreams. We'll continue tomorrow. And I will upload the video within half an hour.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you, sir.